I guess this means I have to stay in this little area. I can't be walking around the stage. No, first of all, welcome you guys to Worldwide Technology. It's our pleasure to host this event. And I do want to give some acknowledgments before I proceed. Thank the team for all their work in putting this together. Juanita, Ashley, Erica, they did such an awesome job working with the NPower team to make sure this event happened. Our awesome IT staff and our marketing team as well. So thank you guys for all the support and help in putting this together. So a round of applause for them. And if I sound a little hoarse, I've been fighting a cold for the last several weeks, so I hope it's not, I know I got that deep, deep voice here. So the power of negotiation. I'm going to start this off by asking a question. How many people, raise your hand, if you've ever been in a situation, you have to negotiate something, you get that little pit in the bottom of your stomach because of nerves, right? We all have, right? It's natural. I mean, you can't help it sometimes. But when I think about negotiation, and I was thinking about this topic, and I have a couple of little notes down that I don't forget. You know, I always tell my team the most important thing is communication. That is the most important thing, to make sure you communicate and you communicate effectively. Now, there are rules and there are things that you should follow. But when I think of negotiation, I also refer back to we have a lot of leadership tools at Worldwide Technology. And one of the tools is having difficult conversations. And that's part of negotiations, because sometimes those conversations are really difficult, right? We raised our hand when we got that little feeling in the bottom of our stomach when we knew we had to go in our boss's office, or we had to talk about a job that we wanted. But you know, when I think about those difficult conversations, and I was looking at that tool earlier today, and you know, the concepts that we've created apply to so many different things, having those difficult conversations. And when you think about negotiation, it's having a difficult conversation. And what are you doing to facilitate that conversation? And the one thing you do have to think about before you think about anything else is preparation. What am I doing to prepare for the conversation? Now, yeah, sometimes we can just wing it, but sometimes winging it is not going to get what you want. So you really have to think about, what is my purpose? You know, think about that, and you have to prepare for the conversation. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. And the other thing you have to do is get your mind in the right mindset, right? I know it's hard. You got that feeling in the bottom of your stomach, but you have to feel like, yes, I can do this. Because that's going to be important, that you have the right mindset in going into the conversation. And the other thing, and this is a really important thing, you have to have the backbone to do it. Or I say the chutzpah. You know, sometimes we talk ourselves out of things instead of talking ourselves into things. But you have to have the backbone to have the conversation. There's just no two ways about it. And so when you're thinking about negotiation, and it could be for a lot of different things. I mean, you can negotiate for pay. You know, we've all been there, negotiate for pay. It could be a promotion. It could be for a new job. Whatever the case may be, you need to prepare in advance so that you feel like when those questions are coming at you, you can answer those questions in a very intelligent way, that really you're building your case for what you want. And so that's where the preparation comes in hand. And when you think about that mindset, don't go in with, I always tell people, it's not the glass half empty. Don't go in saying, well, I know I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to try. Don't look at it that way. You're already setting yourself up for failure, right? And so many times when you think about, I was just telling the team this the other day, how we talk ourselves out, especially women. You know, you go for a job and there's 8 things on the job description. And you look at that and you go, gee, I have 4 of those. So I guess I just can't apply for the job because I only have 4 and they wanted 8 things. Sometimes men look at the job and they go, wow, I got 4 things. I can apply for this. Woohoo. I think sometimes we talk ourselves out of things instead of saying, I may not have every single thing on there. And so I've known people who've had, 7 of the 8 and they talk themselves out of it because I'm missing that one thing. And sometimes it comes down to confidence. Having the confidence that maybe you don't have every single thing on that job description, but God darn it, you know you can do it. And you know you have the skills, you know you have the competency, and you know you can rise to that occasion. And that sometimes has to do with confidence. And we all experience a lack of confidence. I mean, we all do. I was telling the team the other day, when I was growing up, I was very painfully shy. I'm one of 13 kids, and I'm at the bottom of that list, and I have a lot of brothers and sisters who would intimidate you. But after a while, when you think about having that level of confidence, sometimes you get thrown into that situation unexpectedly. And when I was, how I kind of got out of my shyness, I was put in situations where I would go to events with my husband, and he would just leave me and say, okay, I'll be over here, I'll see you later. And I would literally sit in a corner because I didn't know anybody. And I thought, I can't keep doing this. I have to get out there, and I have to meet new people. I have to build up that confidence to do it. And the more I did it, the more it felt comfortable, and the more I felt like I can do this. And so it's having that confidence. And sometimes you have it, and you don't know that you have it. But when you're put in a situation, all of a sudden, you do have it. But it does take sometimes confidence to be able to face those obstacles that you're feeling in your head. You know, and the other thing, don't ever discount your own value. That's looking at that job description or the glass half empty. Don't ever think that, okay, I can't do this, I don't deserve the promotion, or I'm not going to get a raise because of this, or I'm not going to get that job. Don't discount what you have. And that, again, comes back to confidence. But when, when I think about negotiation, you really have to be authentic in how you approach it. I mean, yeah, you want to prepare, you want to be in the right mindset, and you want to have the backbone to be able to do it, but you really have to be you. You can't go in and be someone else. Say, well, you know, I know somebody else did it, and they were really aggressive, and they went in there, and they got what they wanted. And if you try to do that, it's not going to come across as authentic. And people are going to look at that and going, who is she trying to be? You know, so you have to be you, and you have to use those, the skills that fit you. And be authentic. Because I think when people see that you're authentic, then they're going to start to have that conversation with you. And they're going to start to, when you start talking about the value that you can bring, or when you start talking about the reasons why you deserve a promotion or you deserve a raise, then they're going to really start to listen to you. Because you are being you. You're not trying to be someone else, masked, you know, because you're trying to get what you want. And sometimes, you know, when you do negotiation, it can be a back and forth. There's compromises that you have to experience. So you're not going to maybe get 100% of what you want, but you may get 80%. But, you know, it's a negotiation back and forth. So you have to be prepared for that. You can't just go in there and say, if you don't give me 100%, I'm out. I'm just going to walk. Because that's not going to help you. And maybe there's reasons you got 80% of what you wanted and not 100%. Maybe there's some things that you need to do to bridge that gap for the other 20%. But that's okay, because you can't walk in with that mindset, if they don't give me what I want, I'm just going to walk. Because that's not going to be necessarily good for you, and it may not be good for the organization, because they may say, gee, we're losing a really valuable resource there. We don't want to lose that person, but maybe we just can't give them everything that they want. And maybe, you know, you put that on a parking lot for the next time when another opportunity arises, that you can have that discussion and you can have that conversation, and then maybe it'll take you to the next level. And think about the outcome. So you want to have a successful outcome of whatever it is. You're getting a job, you're negotiating a salary, you know, whatever the outcome you want it to be, you want to feel confident, and you want to feel like, okay, I had some success in the outcome. And maybe it's not everything that I want, but I feel good about doing it. Because sometimes if you talk yourself out of it and you don't do it, you are going to regret it someday. But when you do it, even if maybe you got part of what you wanted, you build on that, and it helps build that confidence. It helps build a little bit more maturity in how to deal with situations. And I always tell my team that, I've always learned more from my failures than my successes. Because my failures, I learned, I'm not doing that again. But you pull forward the things that you know you can use, and all the mistakes you made, you leave them behind. And you just always learn from those experiences. So even if you didn't get what you wanted, it's another opportunity for you to learn for the next time. So that's my, my advice on negotiations. I guess we're doing questions at the end. Okay. All right. Well, again, I'll be around for questions. Hope it was informative for you guys, and I will see you later.